Who's in the room?
Hello.
Hi, mate. How are you?
Going well. How about you? We should be
Yeah.
live streaming all over the place.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant stuff. How's things going your end? You've managed to get in, which is great. You've got any issues with the internet? You're all right.
No, mate, everything's okay, I think. We're having so far so good story this week, apart from Sunday, which was horrendous, but never mind. We are now up and running with a decent internet connection, aka my phone.
Okay.
Mate, what's happening? There's a move somewhere against the dollar, as I see it at the moment.
Yes.
Are you over that?
Yes. No, I've literally just sat down. So let's see if we can discover what that is.
All right. While you're doing that, I'll just welcome everybody and thank you for joining us. This is a show before our show, I suppose, is what you'd call it. It's a bit of a preview of what we do each and every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as we prepare for the US session to begin. And each and every day at this time, we'll be giving you, I guess, a summary of what we've done throughout the day and what we're looking to do when the US session opens. And I've got a few ideas. You got any ideas, mate?
Well, I've taken a trade in Aussie CAD, which I'm sticking with. I know we talked about that yesterday. I took a trade earlier with the FTSE, but I closed it out a little bit early. But I still actually don't mind the potential for some downside. So we're just waiting on that one again. So yeah, there's going to be some ideas, I think, later on. I'm interested to see what happens in the US market. The move you said against the dollar, which looks like. Actually, you sure it's against the dollar and not against? Yeah, I see the euro is up against the dollar.
Aussie's up, euro's up. Let me have a look at the pound.
Yeah,
pound's flying as well.
Okay, yeah, maybe something's going on, but I've just I have just opened up the news terminal and I don't see anything there. Europe stocks get travel boost. Dollar slides on stimulus concern. I wonder whether that's it. Let's see what we got here, mate.
Righto.
Now, are we sharing any screens?
Not at this point.
Okay.
It's interesting that we've got people in Zoom. I'm not sure how that happened. G'day, Greg. G'day, Swee. Is that supposed to happen?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter because they're the guys that will be here for.
Yeah, they're our mates. That's right. They're not ring-ins.
No, they're not ringers. I'll tell you what. I mean, I'll share screen, but there's not really anything to share. But just so it's not a dead screen.
Yeah, look, I've got a ton of stuff to share when you're done. So.
Oh, okay. Do you want to cover that in this particular section, or?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, very, very quickly then. Europe's blue chip stocks rebounded on Tuesday, helped by gains of a COVID-19 hit sectors such as travel and leisure, while the dollar slid on concerns further US fiscal stimulus could face political deadlock. Despite the large amounts of recovery money sloshing around the system, the gains were cautiously thin in thin holiday trade. The market's mindful of an escalating geopolitical tussle between China and the United States. The reversal from the early lows from the regional blue chip stocks 50 was up 0.5%, was mirrored in the US stock futures, which rose 0.2%. That suggested Wall Street's broadest equity gauge could inch closer to a fresh record high a day after its sister index, the NASDAQ, hit its own milestone. So nothing really that is going to be, I could read on, but actually it's just commenting rather than any substance. We emphasize a positive outlook for risk assets, but advise investors that they may need to adjust their strategies to optimize their portfolio for the next phase of recovery. That's from UBS. I mean, they seem pretty bullish. We'll talk a bit. Oh, you're not in the latest show, are you? So maybe you and I will talk.
Not today, no. You got cryptos today, mate.
Yes, cryptos today. We'll talk a bit more later on, but yeah, let's see what you've got, mate. I've got the short on the Aussie CAD, which I'll discuss in the show later on. It might well be turning around actually. I might be changing my opinion on that trade fairly soon, but I'm going to give it a little while longer.
Okie dokie. It looks like we're not streaming, which is really an issue.
On YouTube?
On Facebook, I can't see a stream. On YouTube,
we are on YouTube. We are
okay.
Tea and hot sauce, which I think is, but we're basically sort of
we're not tea and hot sauce.
No, we're not tea and hot sauce. I'm not sure how you rename these shows, but
okay.
We've basically taken over the baton from Tea and Hot Sauce, which is Chloe and Orlando. Chloe being tea, Orlando being hot sauce.
Aha, got it.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm slow.
So you and I would be something like fish, chips, and bamboo, or something like
that. Right. Okay. I think we'll stick with with what we've got.
All right. Tea and hot sauce. It is all right.
No. Something else.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to start with this mistake, which is quite fortunate, I've got to say. This is yesterday's pound US dollar breakout trade that we trade each and every day in the UK session, which of course is also live on YouTube, Facebook, and I think even Twitter these days. I'll take it, however. I put the stop in the wrong place, and that turned out to be a Freudian slip. And now as this races northward, we're trailing 2 buyer bars. So we're well in profit at the moment. And by the looks of that, that's not going to stop anytime soon. So we're about, 70 odd pips up on a, 59 pip. So about 1.4 to 1 at the moment on that one. I actually haven't taken profit, which is okay. Let's hope that one keeps going. So I'm just going to go through and update everybody with what we are in at the moment. And I guess give you an indication, guys, those of you who are joining us for the first time, as to what we do in these sessions. Not necessarily this session, because we're probably not going to find a trade here or place a trade here. But what we do in the UK and US sessions, of course, is trade what we see in front of us. And we trade at that time of the day, obviously, because the market's just opening. And that's when most people are about, and there's liquidity in the market, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure I don't have to tell you. Righto, so what have we got here? We've got quite a few trades in the market. So I'll take you through those and update those of you who are in them with us. And just for those of you who aren't, you may have to be a little bit patient and just, I guess, try and work out exactly what we are doing here. So this was a buy order on pound Aussie going back here is where we got in the market. So that's what, 3 weeks ago, 3.5 weeks ago, nearly. No, let's say 3 weeks ago. And we had a good ride up, and we've taken 2 lots of profit on this. So we've moved our stop to entry, and we're looking for more upside. I didn't think this was as good as the next one I'm going to show you. And the reason is because we're below a market structure and looking to retest that. Now we will, pardon me, well, I will probably take most of the position off at that point. If we do get back above or back into this ascending channel, then perhaps we can have a look at re-entering at some stage. Or I might just leave a little bit open, but I really don't expect this to go back through here, I've got to say. But we'll see what happens when the time comes, if the time comes, because the market is coming back, or has been coming back on us a little bit in the last few days. So that's pound Aussie. Bigger picture on this is very much a short story, in my humble opinion. And really, that's why I want to exit as much as I can when we do get that retest of not only that the bottom side of that channel, which is an ascending channel, it's also a legitimate trend line. So I think the retest here, if we're fortunate enough to get it, will probably be the end of that trade for me. Pound Kiwi, on the other hand, is a different kettle of fish, and we're doing far better on that one than we are on pound Aussie. Again, we've taken 2 lots of profit here, and I'm really looking for a way to get back into this, or to scale back into this. We're about, 700 odd pips up, 1.9322, and we're at 1.99 something other. 82, that's coming back. Oh no, sorry, 20037. So about 700 pips up on this one, and that seems to be going fairly well. I'm expecting a retracement at any stage, probably when we get to this level. And we're probably almost were there. So I am expecting a pullback probably to at least here, but maybe even a bit deeper down to the monthly pivot, where really we didn't retest that break. Well, we kind of retested that breakout level. So I'm expecting that. And if we do get a pullback to here, I'll start looking for more entries long. And if we get down to here, ditto. So it's full steam ahead, I believe, for pound Kiwi. Kiwi's obviously doing very, very poorly at the moment, and the pound not so dusty. So that's pound Kiwi. What else are we in? We're in Euro CAD 3 times, and I do have another order ready to go on Euro CAD as well. That little bit of news, whatever it was, has really given this a bit of a boost, actually, and that's not what we're looking for. Of course, we're looking for this to come down further, where both stops are at entry. We entered here a couple of weeks ago, and we entered again. Can't see the second entry, but it's there somewhere. Probably around about here, I think. So we're oh, sorry, we entered here and here. Duh, the stops are at entry. That's got to be where we got in, right? So again, we've taken 2 lots of profit on this, so they're all winning trades at the moment, and the only trades we're in apart from Euro. Sorry, that's not true. I'm in another one, Euro Aussie, which I don't think is doing that great. I'll show you that one in a minute. Euro Pound, we had going for the last week or so, now out of that for a 0.25% loss on Euro Pound. And I don't know how that's going today. I haven't had a look because it's gave me a bit of a tick off, really. I thought we were going to make some money on that one. So that's they're the positions that we're in, and really nothing to do here. We'll just wait until we either come back to entry and take our stops on both of those trades, or, as I said, I'm waiting for an entry short for a third position at the moment, which is this entry here underneath this bar. So they're the positions that we're in. Excuse me, I've got a cough. And that's what we do in these shows. We actually trade these live in the shows. I think we get more entries in the US session than we tend to do in the UK session. Certainly for me. I don't know, Ash, probably you with the FTSE, you probably get more in the UK session, but I've noticed you're getting outside of just the FTSE and getting into, as you say, Aussie CAD for one.
I think it's about even for me, mate. Yes, I'm in Aussie CAD. Actually, I've just looked at it again. It's actually not too concerning at this stage, so I'm okay with the Aussie CAD. I think it might just be a bit early for entry, but actually it looks all right, and I'll show everybody later on where my stress level would be.
Right. Okay. So this is the one I entered earlier, Euro Aussie, and it was going just okay until that news just hit. But I need to see it's now coming back to the pivots. I hope it doesn't go beyond there, because that'll put us in a little bit of a strife. If it does, we shall see. So what was the story on the news, mate?
Let's see, gold. Oh my goodness me, gold is just pushed, isn't it? Not a whole bunch that I can see, mate. I don't know what created that move. It might be a bit of a blowout move. It just looks like a bit of concern. Dollar slides on stimulus concern is what's being read. What's being written. That was about an hour ago. So if that coincides with the move, then that's probably
as close in the last, I suppose, half hour.
No, it doesn't look like it, does it? I'm not quite sure what that's about, to be honest. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's anything else. From what I can gather, it's maybe some concerns on stimulus, which actually, potentially could push the stocks down a little bit. But I'm seeing a little bit of stress with the S&P, a little bit of stress with the Dow, which I suppose we probably should get to here, because we're gonna spend a whole hour on cryptocurrencies shortly. Have you got anything else you were looking at here, mate?
Mate, I do. Aussie yen was another one. This is what I'll be
let's have a look
for.
at that.
This is what
Because the
I'll be
Aussie
looking
yen
for.
was another one. Yeah, it was another one we were both interested in, actually.
Yep. And I was looking for a setup this morning, but it didn't happen. So I was looking for this bar. Yesterday, this is the first bar this morning, second bar this morning, to break this level. Actually, I was looking for it to break out the top side, then come back into here and give us a short off a false break to the top side. Then I saw maybe there's a better, well, no, there's an option, not a better option. That is the best option. If we do break out to the high side and then come back into this big ascending triangle that we see here, I suppose is far more obvious on this chart. And it's also pretty obvious that we're at a strong resistance level. That, of course, being the top of the ascending triangle. Now, I know the popular theory is that ascending triangles break to the high side, and there's probably a little bit of statistical evidence to back that up in some cases. I'm just of the opinion that this is a consolidation area, and at some stage we're going to break. Where? Don't know. But what I always look for, of course, is for that break to be either a clean, clear break or a potential false break. And that's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for a false break. And like you said before, Ash, you know, these moves, although they're way too big, I don't think this is a false break at all. There's some depth in this one, whatever it is against the dollar. But I'm always looking for that to come back. And I won't be looking for that one to come back anytime soon, I don't think, on the euro, although it is right up at DR3, which is a no-go zone for me. So back to whatever cross I was talking about, Aussie yen. And that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see a breakout, but not to the strength that we've just seen the euro and the pound and the Aussie to a degree break out of their structures. This I want to see as a false break because my bias is short. And the reason my bias is short Aussie yen is because we are at this very, very strong resistance level. And we're also at the top of a descending channel. And that little pop out to the high side should really test that level. And then I'm looking for it to come back in, as I said, and look to trade it short. And we'll work out a method of doing that it won't be in the upcoming US session for me because I won't be in it. But certainly, actually, I'm sure if you see that, you'll recognize exactly what I'm looking for and put people into that position. It may not happen today. You know, it might be a tomorrow thing, or it might even be a little later in the week. Who knows? But that's exactly what I'll be looking for. So that's Aussie yen. I think I've covered pound CAD. Swissy yen, a little bit disappointed in that. I was dead set keen to get short Swissy yen. That was my analysis from I might get another chance by the look of this. So that news has really done a little bit, hasn't it? Said to the guys actually earlier that the only way I could get into this was really if we got back to the daily pivot. And it looks like we might even have a shot at that. That's the 30-minute chart that we're looking at. Yeah, starting to get a little bit keener than I was. The thing I like about this is that we do have what appears to me a pretty clear head and shoulders sitting there. The neckline is my concern. I never like to see a neckline that is going from left to right downward. I always like to see it as a support trend line. That's my MO, and the MO here is not exactly what I want to see. But if this does retest here, it might look interesting. Obvious bounce off that little horizontal level that we've got. So yeah, I'll be still interested here, but I'm not sure how I'm going to find a way in because it doesn't really look as though I've got some trend lines available to me. And of course, that is my method of trading or getting into the market via trend lines or trade lines, as I call them. So yeah, those two. This one's now back on the watch list. I'd kind of given it up because it had got away on me, but it's coming back at me and maybe an opportunity a little bit later. So that's about it in a nutshell, mate. They're the ones that I'd be looking at going forward into the US session and also into tomorrow if they haven't set up this evening.
Mate, how you guys going?
Hey, mate. Yeah, going well. How's yourself?
Yeah, good, mate. How's the show been? Technically a little bit easier today than yesterday?
Yeah, but there still seems to be some delay with the stream happening. I don't know what the reason for that is, but
yeah, I think Orlando forgot to change the name over as well. So because you're on YouTube as Tea and Hot Sauce, which is Orlando and Chloe.
Yeah, we had that discussion, and we decided that neither of us fit the description.
Oh, look, tell me, Jeff, that it's your day to do music.
No, absolutely not. It's my week. It's my week. But you'll like this one. This is we had to play punk yesterday.
That's why you guys charge monthly subscription, right?
I beg your pardon?
That's where you guys charge monthly subscription, right? Because people can't leave in a week, Get your music back to Jeff's.
No, you'll genuinely like this next one. This next one is really back to where we should be. The only reason that I plucked that one out yesterday is because it was meant to be Jeff's week this week, but at the last minute we've switched. So I thought I'd whack a cheeky one in, but that wasn't actually on my planned list. It wasn't one for the enjoyable, for the ears to enjoy. But this one today, absolutely guarantee it will be.
Fantastic. And you're a few minutes away from that, aren't you? Because you won't do that until your own show, right?
Yeah. So we'll kick off at 2, and we'll be playing a quick tune to get us in. And then
unless you'd like to receive an email or two, a dirty one.
Sorry.
We could play some music, but you get another dirty email.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we can't play it on YouTube.
I've just our latest 2 comments on YouTube. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to ban the people that sent them. It's like, no, I don't think we want those people following us on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't
was talking
seen
about that when you're talking about naughty, Jeff. There's a little bit naughty.
What was
I missed both those?
No, they're just on the notifications. I don't know if you guys can see them or not. I've got a few people in YouTube. I might just jump through and see if I can check if there's any questions. Helen and Dennis congratulated themselves for their loyalty. It's lots. It's very nice. Helen, NZ, Swiss, and Euro GBP both turned. Is that for you, Jeff?
I'm looking at them now, mate.
Cool. Okay, Dennis has got some thoughts on that on YouTube. I'm going to stop answering the questions. In all honesty, mate, I'm going to go and get some sleep, and I'm going to ask the guys to tomorrow. Look, it's my impression is today's been a lot smoother than yesterday overall, right?
Yeah, I think it's definitely improvement. Yes.
And there's supposed to be a 10-minute delay between shows. We still had some issues with the stream starting, did we?
No, the stream actually kicked in. It said it was streaming, but you couldn't see it. There's some delay in pressing the button and getting it actually streaming for whatever reason. Got no idea what.
Yeah, we are going through internet in Australia, Singapore, the UK, to Zoom, to Restream, back to YouTube. I'm not surprised there's some kind of delay, to be honest. There's a bit goes on in getting this sorted out. It's only because we're technical geniuses we managed to do it.
You're the IT guy.
I'm the IT guy. Hey, mate, I'm really pleased it's going well, and we will get the name of the show done for next week for tomorrow. Okay, guys, have a good night tonight. And Ash, what you're not even going to tell me, are you? What's the music I'm going to miss?
Well, I won't tell you the actual song, but are you aware of Niall's? Oh gosh, I can't even think of his first name now. Niall Rogers. Niall Rogers.
No.
Niall Rogers.
You must know Niall Rogers, Jeff.
No.
Oh,
you remember?
Is he Roy's brother?
I don't want to steal your show because we only got half an hour. There's charts to go. But Ash, can you remember in the early days when Jeff played that guy from the 1960s?
Yes. What was his name? There was an old town, El Paso. that one, right?
Anyway, guys, back. A bit of Thompson twins from Greg is, hey, guys, I'll let you go. I'll let you get back to it. Nice to hear it's going well, guys. Have a good show, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Cheers, mate. All right, buddy. What do you mean, Laurel and Hardy, Dennis? Come on, mate. We're far funnier than they ever were.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to get more visual for that, though, you see.
Are we still on my screen?
Still on your screen, mate, yeah.
Yes, we are. All right, well, I better quickly have a look at these charts that we're talking about. Swissy Kiwi, my goodness gracious. Okay, I'll have to pull one of those up. Swissy Kiwi, I'm pretty sure I don't have one. That'll be down here somewhere. Swissy Kiwi. There's a quicker way to find these, isn't there? Kiwi Swissy, rather, not Swissy Kiwi. Righto, let's have a look. Okay, so the question is retracing now or heading north? Wow, there's a $1 million question. What do we got? Gee, I'd say retracing, mate. Looking at that chart, you couldn't call that a reversal right now. It's even gone through, in my opinion, what Orlando would call the key level, which is what I would call that level. And we've been through it. So I'd be expecting a retest of that and then more downside. So potentially weekly pivot test. Look for an entry off the weekly pivot, I would say. That would be my advice on that one. So heading north momentarily in retracement territory. Kiwi Swiss Euro Pound. Euro Pound's turned, has it? That's the one we're out of course, or that I'm out of. You guys might not be. I think there's other people going in the opposite direction to me. Where is Euro Pound? There. Yeah, I don't see Euro Pounds doing a damn thing, to be honest. The last, 1, 2, 3, 4 days since we came back above the pivots here, it just doesn't seem to want to go, does it? Does not seem to want to go. Why? Don't know, but I still see this big double top. And
well, do you know, I think the euro isn't a fairly. I think that this area is fairly significant for the euro pound, and also I don't think it's going to go anywhere until the end of the week. You know, we got some pretty big meetings at the end of the week, but I think this area is, you know, if you look at this on a daily chart and put a horizontal level across it, then it has been a battleground. You know, we are really in the middle of the horizontal level battleground. We're above it slightly actually here, but this is the battleground really, and I suspect we probably need to let this clear up before we get involved in it. So that's what I read with the euro pound. It's just a bit too early to get involved in at the minute. It's a bit of a mess. We were talking about this in the show earlier on actually, mate, and I don't think the price action's there. You know, there's you know, you go back to June. And it looks like we hit a higher high, a higher low. Then we get that lower high. Then we get that higher low. So we're just hitting a kind of triangle right now. And I think it's a bit tricky to trade. Yeah.
I agree. Okay, I'm done, mate. The question's answered. And I'll be staying out of euro pound for a while yet, I should imagine.
Sounds good. Okay.
We're going to go very shortly. But what hang on, I'll get that out. What did you have?
Well, just the Aussie CAD. The Aussie CAD is what I was looking at. What we got here? Starsky and Hutch. I just seen Greg's post. Yeah, FTSE is of interest still, but I think we need to see just a bit more clarity on that one. Aussie CAD. I think this one's interesting as well. Now I'm still in this one, and this is the area that I'm just making sure that it doesn't poke its head through. So got a little while. I'm quite happy for it to come up here and potentially fail. But if it starts to go through that level, then I'm going to be taking this trade off the table. The monthly pivot is right on top of where we are right now. And I would have thought that should hold, but if it doesn't hold, then I won't be too concerned straight away. Of course, what may end up happening is that we take out this area and then bounce off the monthly pivot and go through. So it might end up as a bit of a jettison point. But I think that we do need to get through really where I've entered. You know, when I kind of analyze this again, then similar to the euro pound in some respects, but we are seeing a low here, a lower high, and a lower low. So it looks like we have got the start of a new trend.
Mate, I love it. As we said yesterday, I think it's a really good setup. But I was looking for yesterday's daily bar to have a big tail on it up the top, and it didn't, and that's why.
No, do you know? And the thing is, I took this off of 15 as it started to break down here. in actual fact, it might have even been on a shorter term time frame, but it came back up. That was what I was looking at when I saw this weakness here. That's why I was taking this trade, but actually, it hasn't really broken down, and it didn't. It just decided to kind of go in the opposite direction. But that was on a 15-minute time frame. But really, what I'm trading is this daily. So trying to get a decent pinpoint entry hasn't worked out, but it's no major hassle. I may have ended up with the same price anyway. So sticking with that one, mate, and we'll see what happens with that. Still interested in the potential for a FTSE short, but that again hasn't really happened either. But we can talk about that maybe a bit more in the show. But I think we want to. We're all anticipating what Shukri's going to be telling us about some of these cryptos. So let's get to him and get to that, and then we will come back to looking at some of these other things maybe tomorrow morning. You're not in with me tomorrow morning, are you? But you'll be in the afternoon.
Chloe.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff, mate.
I'll see you then, and everyone else. I'll see you at the same time tomorrow. Yeah. This
yes.
Show. Yep.
Yes. See you same time tomorrow. All right. Fantastic. Thanks,
back
buddy.
time. Same. Now that we've been called the Joker and the Penguin, Batman.
Now you're going to stop the stream on YouTube, right?
Yep. Got to go.
Thanks,
see you later. I just
right.
stopped the stream. That's all. I don't end the show. Is that right?
No, I don't believe so.
Right. Stopping live stream now. Goodbye, Facebook. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye, everybody else.